Alright, changing the oil in this thing before TNT because this thing ran hot on me a couple weekends ago when the lower radiator hose gave out, and I haven't changed the oil in it since, so it got pretty hot, so I figured I'd better play it safe than sorry. And I add the STP oil treatment, which has zinc, the ZDDP. I believe the Rotella has some in it also, but I add this for extra protection. Headed to the track. It's hot. It's like 93. We'll see what happens. So I'm about halfway to the track, but I've noticed I'm at about 65 miles an hour. I notice I've got like a slight vibration in maybe one of the front tires, if I had to guess. It's not bad, but it's definitely not smooth. Probably just them wearing, you know. I know this mini spool in the back, when I turn, it stresses the front tires out along with the back, so ain't no telling. Made it to the track. Man, it is hot, man.
And there's a donkey.
How hot is it, Jack?
80.
80, you know. Try about 15 more degrees.
And that orange top on the hill, there's a donkey truck.
Yeah, there's a donkey truck, little Ford Ranger with a donkey. It's actually a mule on the back. It says Peppy Little Mule. So once I got my tires off, I noticed the inside this rim is leaking a little bit of rear end. Yeah, it's gear oil. At least it feels like it.
Here, Daddy. Here, Daddy.
But it's not like.
Daddy.
It's not like.
Show him the donkey truck.
I will, buddy. It's not like recent or something. It's kind of dried out, so I don't really know. Pit crew chief. What you got to say about today?
There's a donkey truck.
Yeah, other than the donkey truck though, it's a mule.
Do it. Did they see it?
What you got to say about the Mustang today? What are you expecting?
I think they'll do a wheelie.
A wheelie? That's it? It is hot. Probably ain't gonna run no PB. Huh?
Well, there's a lot of cars now, you know.
Yeah.
And there's
Not a lot of cars here because it's hot.
Yeah, and there's two things over there.
Yeah.
Alright, little right lane is gonna take the win, a little Mustang. Stage and lanes are open, guys.
Alright, this thing is just laying on its face, and what's going on is this thing says vents, and I guess the red tie that I put on it came undone. Check it out. No good. I got my other distributor with me. I'm gonna put it in and lock it back out, hopefully. The ride of shame. 10:48, 10:47 at night. You want to tell them what happened?
No, I'm going to tell them I'm about to eat and I'm about to go to bed.
All right. Jack, you want to tell them what happened?
No.
It was a long day.
No, tell them.
We had to go get the trailer and the truck and go get it.
No, I want to tell them something else.
So the Durspark distributor that I put in.
I want to tell them that car blew up.
Yep, you got to see a car blow up.
The car blew up.
It was a truck, S10. What kind of motor did it have in it? It had a Debbie motor.
No.
It was a Chevy motor.
No, I don't care.
Durspark distributor that I wired. Somehow the wire came undone and it was advancing like over 50 degrees. And car was smoking. So I called myself going back to the pits, trying to put my other TFI module back in and wire it temporarily. Well, that turned into a big disaster because somehow I lost 12 volt from switch on. My switch 12 volt power wire switched on. I lost power to it. Couldn't figure it out. I tried taking a wire straight from the battery to the coil. Never could get the distributor to fire. So I called myself putting the Durspark back in, and I hooked it all up. Couldn't get it to fire. It was hot. I was aggravated, so I ended up going to get in the truck and trailer. And on the way back, I finally calmed down enough from being pissed off and realized I forgot to hook up one wire, and that was the red wire 12 volt switched to the MSD box to keep it from cranking. I got back with the truck and trailer. I hooked that wire up. It fired up. Now, granted, I could have drove it home like that, but the distributor is jacked. Keep in mind, I had it locked out at 34 degrees, and it was advancing from there. So, hopefully I didn't do any damage to the motor. I don't know yet. It's not smoking or anything like now. I'm just sitting there idling, but still got good old pressure, so I don't know. If you notice in the clip that was filmed, I made 2 passes. They felt like complete dog duty, and it just fell on his face after the 60 foot. And I thought I was like starving for fuel. Like it just wasn't there. And came back to the pit after the first, checked everything. Everything seemed to be fine. Checked the fuel filter. It wasn't clogged up. You know, I didn't think to check timing. After the second pass, it was even worse. Came back around. That's when I decided, after I found out that it was the distributor advancing way too much after putting the timer light on it. Anyways, it's been a long day. I'm tired. It was 95 degrees out today. But we had a good time other than that. But I don't know what I'm going to do now. I got to try to figure out how to lock that distributor out better and go from there, I guess. I really don't know. I didn't want to tack weld it, but I guess I'm going to have to. We'll get them next time. Really think about buying a trailer this next time before I go back to the track, because it's basically a 45-minute drive one way. So, appreciate y'all watching. Alright, here's the 2 crappy passes that I made. Let's see, 448, 452. So reaction times are pretty good. 193 60 foot, which sucks. Last time I was up, I had a 187 60 foot. So that sucks. That was an 837 running like crap. At 81 mile an hour is down about right at 10 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour. I knew something was wrong. Right after the 60 foot, it just kind of laid over like it was starving for fuel. And I came back around a couple minutes later after going into the pits and checking the fuel filter. And look at the reaction time. I was dead on, even on the reaction time. I mean, it's super late on the tree, but it's consistent. 0.2092, 0.2093. So if I decided to go bracket racing, at least I know I'm hitting the tree consistently. 60 foot on that one was 213, which really sucked. That was the second pass, and it sucked bad. I knew something was badly wrong. 908 at 78. Look at that. That's really bad. 540 to the 330. $5.98. That's ridiculous. This is crap. These are just copies of that. So they were laid like that. So not even worth looking at, man. Sucks. Okay, so I was able to fix the 12 volt power source. It was the fuse blowed. So I got everything hooked up. And I got to get some more of these shielded connectors. Right now I just have the standard ones without the shield on it, but I got tape over it for now. So that should get it where it should crank up without having to hot wire jump it, because I lost 12 volt power source like I was saying. This is the next day, the next morning. I lost 12 volt power source at the track. I guess in the process of swapping the distributor back over, I arced it and blew the fuse, one of these wires, and I couldn't figure it out at the time with everything going on, being hot and all the noise. Actually, I need to take this back off because this was left over from when I was trying to put the old distributor back on. And I was wondering why I couldn't get it to work. I wasn't getting no 12 volt power source. Anyways, I was jumping it from the battery to here to get my source to get it to crank and get it on the trailer. But I fixed that, so it should crank up on its own now. I'm gonna remove that, see if it'll crank. All right, I got the old TFI module plug. Old TFI plug removed.
Daddy,
Let's see if this thing's gonna crank up.
That's the one who pecked me in the head.
That bird right there pecked you in the head?
Yeah, he come down bam.
Because they got a nest in this tree, and they came down and pecked him in the head. They're just protecting their babies. All right, let's see if this thing's gonna crank on its own. Give me a second. Yes, it does. All right, I got the tack working and everything now, so good old pressure still. All right, so let me get this thing pulled up in the shade, pop this distributor out, and see what the heck happened to my way I had it locked out. My ghetto rig crap. All right, I got one more screw. Should have got my Phillips head, but these are made for flat head also. One more screw to the moment of truth. Alright, let's see what happened. It stretched out. Stretched out, which I would have never thought would have happened. So that's how much it was allowing it to advance right there. Good Lord. How in the world? Oh, it popped and then stretched. Recipe for disaster right there. Catastrophic failure. Well, I'm just going to have to tack this thing, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to look at some videos. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all don't need to see no more of this crap.